Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you wanna give them love, then give them some more. Come on.
Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to. Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to. Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to.
Come on.
Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you
Give them more.
It's your favorite host doing the most, and you know I love the most. It's Mo Manifest tuning in, and welcome back to Season 4, Episode 4. I had to remember what season it was. Episode 4 is called Equally Yoked. But before we get started, shout out to the sponsor, Trap Bar Clothing Co. Don't say nothing about my jersey. This is a throwback Mitchell and Ness, the Ty Law, 1995. Only the real fans know about that. I know we only won 2 games so far this season, but you know, we still can't give up on the team. You know, team need to make a few changes here and there, but you know, I trust my Patriots to get it back together. But it's not looking too good right now. Before we get started, please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment for more. If you like it, you like it. You know, don't forget. You know, I have to remind you. So, you know, don't take it the wrong way. But today, like I said, our topic is equally yoked, right? So, what is equally yoked? Based off what I researched, because I've been hearing the term a lot, you know, you look into things, certain things interest you, you look into it. Some people say it's a biblical term, some people say it's a new age modern term. But from what I gathered, you know, it's basically two people or people with like upbringing. Let's say like cut from the same cloth, right? Let me get myself together. Two people cut from the same cloth, right? But we're not going to talk about it just in the terms of relationships. We don't use it in the terms of life in general, right? You know, speaking of the Patriots, like you could say that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick was equally yoked. Now, the reason why you say that is because they was both dedicated to winning. I know a lot of people focus on the relationship afterwards. I mean, after you dealt with somebody for 20 years or a job for 20 years, I'm sure everybody get tired of their coach grinding them. And, you know, Bill Belichick held him to the standard, never, you know, treated him like the GOAT, which ultimately made him the GOAT. But you see a lot of people now, since Tom is retired and Bill not doing as good, they say, well, the Patriots aren't as good. You know, Bill Belichick, it was Tom Brady. New England don't know how to draft, but Bill Belichick was the same person that drafted that same Tom Brady, the 6th round, 199 pick in the draft, and built the stuff. Now the days have changes. If you say stuff like the Patriot way don't work no more because you don't have the, I can agree with that, but to just discredit someone being a 6-time Super Bowl champion, 9 Super Bowl appearances with the same person for 20 years, to discredit the other person is kind of crazy. It's like, you know, Phil Jackson and Jordan, Phil Jackson and Kobe and Shaq, you know, like Phil Jackson is a common denominator, but he also got to coach not only 2 amazingly great players, but 2 players who kind of shared the same type of mentality, which probably made it easier for him. You know, you could say that Jordan and Kobe is equally yoked, not Jordan and LeBron, right? Because 2 different mentalities. One is more personable, nice guy. One is a little bit more cutthroat, as they say, killer instinct. So how does that apply to real life? Well, you can't mix water and grease. So what I mean by that is just because you drink water and eat something that's fried don't mean it's actually mixing within your body. You say, why would I go that way? Because just because you can't see everything and just because you are coexisting and neighboring someone doesn't necessarily mean that y'all are yoked, right? This is friendships, this is relationships, co-workers, whatever. Sometimes we're just coexisting, we're never mixed. But sometimes, because if you try to take some vegetable oil, put it in some water and stir it up, it's going to automatically separate. Now remember, it's separating on the outside just because you ingest that and it's on the inside. don't mean it's still not playing the same game. That's why when we eat certain things, we get bloated, stuff like that. This is not a health class, but I'm using all these stuff as real life demonstrations to explain why trying to mix certain stuff that don't mix, that's not equally yoked, will lead to you being bloated and not looking your best. Right? Same thing in life. Sometimes it works. It goes down. You don't throw it up, but it's still not mixing. Now you're bloated in life, right? Now things is off, things don't feel right. So to me, it is important to find like-minded people, not necessarily someone who's going to agree with you on everything, because that's not, to me, based off what I see with equally yoked, that's not what you're looking for. You're more or less looking for people that's, like I said, cut from the same cloth. Uh, Someone that you can reflect with, someone that you can understand, someone that kind of have the same belief system as you. And if they don't have the same belief system, have enough open-mindedness to experience that and understand that with you. It's not about a perfect mesh, but it's about getting most of it right, because you could mix it. Prime example, if I took distilled water, purified water, spring water, reverse osmosis water, I took them and I poured them together, we can't see that they mix. Now, on a molecular level, I don't know what will happen to that water. I would actually have to do that research. What I'm saying is water and water. One is purified, one is spring water, one is distilled, one is regular tap water. All of it was done differently. One was not touched by man. One went through a extra purification process. And people say, well, water is just water. No, it's not. But in theory, water is water, right? So in theory, it is the same thing. But the process it went through to be made is differently. To me, that's equally yoked. Because let's say I take some ice cubes and I put it in the cup. Mostly it's gonna come from your refrigerator. That's filtered water. And I put it in the cup and I take my favorite spring water, just spring water poured in there. I have filtered water, ice cubes, mixed with spring water. If I drink it, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to know the difference unless something is extremely wrong. Those things are equal, but the process they went through to get there are different, right? Which in terms make them equal but different. And that's just what I'm saying. Like, you don't need nobody to be perfectly meshed with you. They don't have to agree with everything. They don't have to be your yes man. They don't have to be your footstool, but they kind of have to understand, or at least have the openness to understand, like, okay, this is what this person been through. This is what I've been through. We have common interests. We can mesh. We can come together. We can get stuff done, but we can also still keep our individuality alive. Now, today, if we go further, you hear the term equally yoked used a lot. And today's society makes big emphasis on genders, what this person should do, what that person should do. I say if it's your relationship, especially if you get married, it's your business partner, right? As long as you can do business with this person and this person understand what type of business you're doing, it will always make sense. But if you pick the wrong business partner, it's not going to make sense, right? So you have to go find someone that you can go do business with. You can't let society tell you, oh, you a man, you have to do everything. And you might have a perfectly capable woman that can take the family to the next level, blah, 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 with her ideology, with her ideals. And if you dim her light, especially in today's time, newsflash, these women are more than beyond capable, and they're not just going to sit in your shadow. So vice versa. I mean, as a man, it used to be viewed a certain type of way. You got to be the sole provider. There's still some people who believe that. Some people call it an old-fashioned type of mindset. I would like to think that almost every belief system is derived from some type of religious belief. I tie it to like Chick-fil-A. Some people say Chick-fil-A is a Christian restaurant. No, it's a restaurant that has Christian values. There's a difference. Meaning, when you look at marriages, like a typical marriage, especially where I'm from, people won't even be Christian, but they will still get married with a holy Bible. Now, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but in theory, without them even knowing, the vows that they take is derived from probably Christian belief. And the marriage that they're going to partake in probably would have beliefs and pull from the realm of Christianity. Now, I'm not saying that you're a Christian, because the actual Christians that live the lifestyle will definitely be offended by that. And this is not about religion, but when you think about it, you get some people that tread the line and say they spiritual with this type of stuff. Oh, I'm spiritual, I'm open minded. But in one of my next episodes, I'm going to talk about how we turn spirituality, how they've seemingly turned spirituality into a religion too. Because if you don't look the part, act the part, have the same type of stuff, it's supposed to be openness was the reason why a lot of people left religion, was because it has a lot of rules. And we're not going too deep into it, but I'm just saying when it comes to today's relationships, you got a lot of people treading the line and don't want to pick a side. They're not equally yoked. Really take the time to make sure that the person you're going to do business with or deal with and relation with is not treading the line and actually is yoked with you, because when the fun is gone and it's just you and them and y'all have to deal with each other on a day-to-day basis within the regular aspects of your lifestyle, all the flaws will come to show. And just to show you that finding someone equally yoked is probably better for you than just finding someone in general. And psychology has proven that opposites do attract in the beginning, but in the end, those differences that you once was attracted to become points of emphasis of why you don't like the person no more. And I'm gonna leave you with that. So you can research that, by the way. So it's your favorite host doing the most. You know the most. I'm gonna manifest. This is my take on being equally yoked and why I think it's important. Why I think that sometimes it can be misconstrued. Why I think people is trying to mix water with grease. Why I think Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are equally great. And why I think that we should really take our time in friendships and marriage and business and partnerships. Because if we don't take our time to kind of find people cut from our cloth, it's not saying that you can't find people not. Because once again, you go back to the water purification process. There can be higher levels or people groomed differently, but at the same time, our values and stuff kind of have to be the same for you to teach me. I said I was going to leave off. But if I'm in a room with 5 billionaires and I don't understand their language or they're talking over my head, then I'm at a loss if I don't have the ability to comprehend. So if a person don't speak your language, if you can't comprehend what they're saying, they can give you $1 billion worth of game. But if I write something in hieroglyphics and you can't read it, then who you going to use to interpret it? With that being said, I hope everyone has a blessed day. And I'm out.
It won't stop.